Okay, so now that we know what repositories are in general, let's learn how we instantiate a new repo using Git. And before I show you that command, I'm actually going to show you a separate, very simple command called git status. Git status will come up again and again in this course and just in your life if you use Git. It's a harmless command. It just reports back to you the status in your current repository. The thing is, we don't have any repositories yet, or at least if you're following along, we haven't made any. So if I run git status anywhere on my machine, assuming I don't have any repos, I get this message: fatal, not a Git repository. It's telling me you're not in a Git repo. So it's aware of what Git is. It's not giving me command not found. It's telling me, yeah, I know, but you're not in a repo. Versus if I am in a Git repo and I run git status, we see something different. Now, what we see varies, and that's why we use git status. It reports back to us and gives us information on the current repo we're in. So we'll use it all the time, but for now, it's just proof that we're not in a repo. But now we're going to learn our second command, which is git init. So this will initialize a new repository wherever we are in our terminal. So whatever directory I'm inside of will become the home of a new Git repository. So it's the equivalent of what this slide showed, or these diagrams, where we have some folder and we initialize a repo inside of those folders. We navigate to the folder. So in my case, I have an empty folder called basics. I'll have different folders for different parts of the course. I'm going to make a new directory. Let's say I'm writing a novel. So I'm going to go with my first novel. And then I'm going to navigate into there. This is where I want my Git repository. I want to have a new repo in my first novel so I can track the history, the drafts, the changes I make, all of that stuff inside of this project. And then I'm going to run git init. Before that, just to remind you, currently not a Git repository when I ran that command, git status. Now I run git init, and it tells me it initialized an empty Git repository in, and then it gives me the whole path to where I am, my first novel. Now, I don't see anything here. We'll talk about what actually happens in the next video. There is something here. It's hidden, and it's where Git is stored. But before that, I just want to recap what we've seen so far. The command git init will instantiate a new Git repository for us wherever we are, whatever directory we're currently in our terminal, where we run that command. Also, this is something we run one time per project. So we're not constantly initializing, if we're working on the same project day after day, if I'm working on this novel for a couple of months or years, if more like my speed, probably years, we would run git init one time. Git init just enables Git in this one project, and then we just use that same repository day after day. That's kind of the point. We want that continued history. Anyway, now if I run git status, we see something different. So before, not in a repository, then we initialize git init. Now, git status gives me something else. There's a lot of stuff in here we don't know about at this point in time, but we'll make sense of it soon. But it's just proof that something Git-ish is happening, right? Instead of this message, not a Git repo. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about what actually happens when I run git init. Where is the Git folder or files, or what information does it create? I don't see anything.